Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
Yeah, it is done, Mohan.
It's working, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So next one. Next one we'll see quantifiers. That is with respect to plus and star, right? We have the maximum number of characters. That is infinite number of occurrences. We can't check for finite number of occurrences. That is, if I want to check for some 10, there is fixed 10 occurrences, 10 fixed occurrences, we can't check. So for that, we have to go to the concept of quantifiers. So I can write check pattern. Okay. So I can just write like this, 2 and then C, dollar and then string. So now what will happen in this? It will take exactly 2 occurrences of AB followed by C. Okay. If I say only one number, it will take exactly 2 occurrences. And if I say 1 comma 3, it will take minimum 1 occurrence, maximum 3 occurrence. Okay. So let's see now. If I say ABC, there is only 1 occurrence of AB. So second one will be satisfied. And if I say AB, ABC, both will be satisfied. And if I say AB, AB, ABC, second one will be satisfied. If I say more number of AB, both will not be satisfied. Okay. So first one is nothing but fixed number of occurrences. There is 2 occurrences, exactly 2 occurrences. And second one, minimum 1 occurrence, maximum 3 occurrences. Okay. And then we can have choices. Okay. Or so this can be used within parentheses. That is, I can write the pattern starts with P followed by either HP or ERL or YTHON and then close the parenthesis and then dollar comma string. So that is choices. That is nothing but or. So our string should start with P and followed by either HP or ERL or YTHON. Okay, we can give OR operator within groups. So this or this or this. So now if I give, let's say Perl, you can see satisfied because PERL, so PHP, you can see this is satisfied. And if I give Python, it is satisfied. Okay, if I give everything PHP, ERL, and then YTHON, you can see it is not satisfied. Okay, so that is nothing but choices. And then we have something called alternatives. Okay, we have something called alternatives. That is, we know cap symbol is nothing but starting with, right? So if I include this cap symbol within the pair of square brackets, there is nothing but negation. That means I can write check pattern, okay, check pattern, and then I can say starts with the A 0 to 9 and then B dollar comma string. That means what? Our string should start with A followed by any one number and it should end with B. Okay, and then string, right? So if I say A5B, it will be satisfied. That is, between A and B, any one number should be present. That is the pattern. Now, let me write, if I say like this, A, within pair of square brackets, I am placing cap symbol and then 0 to 9 and then B and then dollar, comma, string. So now what will happen in this case? It should start with A and end with B. Between A and B, any other character apart from 0 to 9. That is, both are opposite to each other. See here, now if I say A5B, that is, the first one is satisfied, but not the second one. Now, if I say any other character apart from B, percentage is apart from B, right? You can see it is satisfied. And also, if I say A space B, you can see it is satisfied. Okay, so any character apart from numbers 0 to 9, anything can be present. That's nothing but alternatives, negation. Okay, and then we have dot character. Okay, and then we have dot character, that is period character, we used to say dot. Now in this case, let me write, starts with A dot B dollar, comma, string. That means one dot represents one character. Okay, one dot represent one character. So it can be anything. It can be a number, it can be a character, it can be a special characters, anything. It can be a space, anything. But one dot represents one character. And also I can give two dots. So two dots represents two characters. So if you want to have something like this, I can just write like this, like A dot and then within curly brace 5. That means A 5 dots and then B. So okay, so which is equivalent to like this, writing the pattern like this, starts with A 1 2 3 4 5 and then B and then dollar. Okay, that means any 5 characters between A and B. Okay, and we can write the pattern like, let's say, starts with Python dot plus script dollar, comma, string. And also I can write Python dot star script dollar, comma, string. That means this can be written as starts with Python dot 1 comma, we can write like this, that is 1 comma, that is minimum 1 occurrence, maximum any number of occurrences. Okay, minimum 1 occurrence, maximum any number of occurrences you can give. Okay, and then we can write script. And similarly, the next one can be written, okay, like this, 0 comma, that is between Python and script, minimum 0 characters, maximum any number of characters. That is a use of dot star and dot plus. So now let me execute it one by one. Okay, so let's see. First one is what? A dot B, right? So it should have any one character, A1B, or see here it is satisfied. That is any one character between A and B. Now if I write two characters, A12B, you can see the second one is satisfied. Okay, second one is satisfied. Now if I have 5 characters, you can see third one is satisfied. That is between A and B, there are 5 characters. And if I write Python script without any space, now you can see last one is satisfied. Okay, and if I write like this, Python is an efficient scripting. Okay, and its most lovable script. That is, my string is starting with Python and ending with script. That's all. In between, I can have anything. Okay, you can see last two are satisfied. Okay, got it, Ajmal?
Got it.
Yeah. And next one, the last type of patterns are,
So one question, if I have to search dot itself in the string, then that is not possible,
slash
right?
dot, slash
Yes,
dot,
last dot.
yeah,
Okay.
slash, that is you have to escape it. That is whatever
Uh,
character that you are using, right? Cap symbol,
uh-huh.
curly brace,
Uh-huh.
square brackets, everything needs to be searched with slash dot, like that. That is slash cap symbol, slash square brackets, slash curly braces. Okay, everything needs to
Okay.
be escaped.
Oh, slash we
Okay,
have covered. No, right? I mean,
no, that is escape sequence.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. No problem. So character range escape sequence. Okay, so now we have something like slash d. Slash d is nothing but it is an alternative to 0 to 9. So either you can say 0 to 9 or you can say slash d. Okay, and then slash capital D is nothing but inverse of slash small d, that is other than numbers. Okay, and then I can write slash small w. Slash small w is nothing but 0 to 9, small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, and then underscore. It matches any one character from this. Okay, whenever you say slash w, it matches any one character from this. Okay, now if I say slash capital W is nothing but other than slash small w. Okay, and similarly I have slash s. It matches a space or a tab or new line. Okay, and similarly if I say slash capital S apart from those characters, slash s. Okay, all right, so D for digit, W for word, S for space. That is if you want to remember it very easily. Okay, so now let me write some patterns. Check pattern starts with 6 to 9. Okay, and then slash D 9, and then dollar, and then I can write string. So now what will happen in this case? It matches any 10-digit number. Okay, that is the first number should be between 6 to 9 and followed by any 9-digit number. That is, it's nothing but mobile number. Okay, so now if I give 987654321, you can see it is satisfied. Okay, if my mobile number is starting with 4, it's nothing but it is not satisfied actually. You can say it is not satisfied. Got it? Clear, Ajmal? Any doubts? Ajmal, any doubts? So
No,
basically,
that's fine.
yeah, if you want to see, whenever you include this kind of escape sequence character, right? Okay, whenever you use this one, and you know this is not a escape sequence. Okay, see slash d is not a escape sequence character. All right. So when you want to use these things, you can just say or we know, right? That is, it will escape the escape sequence basically. Okay, you can have pattern like this. All right, so if you want to
Yeah.
search dot explicitly, what you can do, you can say either you can say like this, a within square bracket dot and then b. Okay, then dollar comma string, or else what you can do, check pattern cap symbol a slash dot b dollar comma string. All right, so you can use any one of these forms. So for example, now if I say the input as a dot b, you can see these two are satisfied. Got it? If I say any other character apart from that, you can see it is not satisfied. Got it, Ajmal?
Yes, ma.
Yeah. Okay, so take it down and then we'll see various methods.
Okay.
So from where? From, yeah, from here, quantifiers. Everything is within the loop only, okay, the same loop. And right?
Yeah, Mohan, I am getting one error.
What error is that?
It is some file parse. It's a long error actually.
Okay, 1 second. Let me share. Let me make you as a presenter. Yeah, share your screen, man.
Yeah, you are seeing, yeah?
Okay. See, you have missed a square bracket in line number 66. You have opened one square bracket and then you have missed it.
Okay.
629 square bracket you have to place. 629 square bracket. 629 square bracket.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Execute it. Okay. It's working fine, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Stop sharing the screen. Okay. So now we are going to see the functions. Okay. That is, first we are going to see search and match. Okay. We are going to see search. That is, I can write search it is equal to re.search. Let's say pattern like any 3 digits, irrespective of the positions. Okay, irrespective of the position. But that is, I haven't mentioned any cap symbol or a dollar symbol like that. Okay, and then I can say comma string. Now I can say if searched, I'm printing whatever I have returned. Search it is searched. Similarly, I'm going to have another method like match, and then I can write re.match. Let me write the same pattern and then comma string. Okay, now I am writing if matched print matched comma matched. Okay, so now what will happen in this case is, let me give the input 1 2 3 ABC. So what is my pattern? That is any 3 digits irrespective of the positions, right? Any 3 digits irrespective of the positions. So now if I execute this, you can see both the search and match is returning the same output. That is re.match object span is equal to 0, 3, match is equal to 1, 2, 3. What is the span? That is where that matched text is present. That is index 0 to 3. 3 minus 1, 2. Okay, that is start index comma end index. Okay, so now both search and match have written the same result. Then what is the difference between those? Now consider I'm giving the input saying ABC space 1, 2, 3. Now you can see only search has written the result but not match. Okay, that means what? Search looks for the pattern. Okay, search looks for the pattern anywhere in the string, but match, it looks for the pattern only at the beginning of the string. Okay, only at the beginning of the string. Okay, that is after the pattern it can contain anything, no problem. Okay, but pattern should be present at the beginning. And one more thing, okay, so here I have separately, right, that is I have start index and then end index, and also I have matched text. So if you want to retrieve that, what you can do is I can say like start position, nothing but searched dot start. Similarly, I can just write the end position, searched dot end minus 1, because end index is always plus 1. Okay, and then I can just say matched text. I can write searched dot group. Okay, searched dot group. So in this case, I can retrieve separately. See here, start is 0, end is 2 and match text is 1, 2, 3. But what is the problem with search and match? That is, if there are multiple occurrences of the pattern, okay, if there are multiple occurrences of the pattern, this will return the details of the first occurrence only. That is, if I have something like this, 1, 2, 3, space ABC, space 4, 5, 6, space DEF. Now I have two occurrences. One is 1, 2, 3, other one is 4, 5, 6. But if I execute, it will just give just the first occurrence actually. Okay. So in this case, I can use find all method. Okay, I can use find all methods. There is other method. Let's write one by one.
That searched group where it is using exactly in the output, I missed that.
See this one, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, okay.
Whatever pattern is present in the string, that will be retrieved explicitly.
Okay. I have
Okay.
seen somewhere match group in that we are giving index and all. Is that something useful?
Yeah. Next we will see that.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
So now find all. Okay. Now let me give re.find all. Okay. Let me give like this /d3. Okay. Comma string. I have given find all. So now it lists down all the patterns which are present in the string. Okay. So now let's see this. Let's say ABC 1, 2, 3, DEF 4, 5, 6, and then GHI. Let me copy this one. Okay. Now you can see all the occurrences of pattern has been received. Okay, that is using find all. All right. And if I want to split, okay, based on the patterns, I can use re.split. We have seen string dot split, right? Okay. Similarly, I can use split in re method, that is re module, re.split /d3 comma string. Okay, so in this case you can see, okay, so let me just copy that. Okay, let's see here. So now with respect to string dot split, either I can split it using 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5, 6, right? But I can't use both the set of characters in order to split the string. So if I want to split it, okay, by both the characters, I can create the pattern. So now I can split the string based on any three numbers. Okay, now this string will be splitted based on any three numbers. So now you can see the output. That is ABC space DEF space, and that's nothing but split method. Okay, so now consider if I want to replace, that is if I want to find the pattern and replace with another text, then I can use sub method. Okay, I can say re.sub and then I can give pattern, okay, and then replace the text and then comma string. All three can be given. Okay, so now you can see the output actually. So let's say, okay, that is any three numbers will be replaced by 555. Got it, Ajmal?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so please take it down and then we'll see the rest. Okay, from here I think, right? Yeah,
Okay.
from here. Please take it down and then we'll see the rest.
It is done, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, so we are into the last part now. Okay, so right. So now I'm just coming out of the loop. Okay. So okay. So one example within the loop and one example outside the loop. Let's have. That's fine. Everything will complete within the loop itself. Okay. Right. So first one, searching for the particular word. Searching for the particular word. Okay. So consider I'm just giving Okay, I'm just giving search ON. Okay, I want to search for the word ON. So normally what we will do, re.search, and then I can give ON, and then I can say comma string. Okay, and similarly, let me do find all ON. Okay, let me say something like this as well. Now I'm going to give the sentence as Python script is on. Now what is happening here? Okay, what is happening here? Search on, find all on. That is, in Python script is on, I have on is over here itself. Right? I have on is over here itself. So now what is happening here? That particular on is finding at the first occurrence. That is, since Python contains on, that has been found. See here, match is equal to on, and start index is 4, end index is 5. And also I am able to see there are 2 occurrences of on, right? So if I want to search for word on, what I have to say is I have to prefix /b and then /b over here. So in Windows, there is a special meaning for /b. It's a backspace character. It's an escape sequence basically. So in order to remove the feature of escape sequence, I have to prefix this particular pattern with the R. So now what is this is /b indicates word boundary. Okay, /b indicates word boundary. Okay, so now if I execute this, let's say Python script is on. So now you can see it is found in 17th position. Okay, because on is at the last. Now it has exactly found out the word. Okay, and also you can see only one occurrence of on is retrieved. Got it? Got it? Ajmal?
Yeah, just one confusion.
Yeah.
The last part, can you please repeat once again?
Which one? Line number?
The same what just now you told, right?
See,
The
the
last.
thing is,
Yeah.
this is nothing but word boundary. Okay, see, anything can be a word separator, right? See, I can say like Python comma script comma is comma on. Okay, this comma can be a word boundary. Okay, so now you can see it is giving the same result, or else it can be like Python semicolon script semicolon is semicolon on. Okay, word boundary can be any character. Okay, you can see on, right? So if you say /b at the beginning and /b at the last, it will search for the word on. If on is part of another word, that will not be retrieved. Got it?
Yeah. Okay.
Clear, right?
Yep.
See, let me write like this: search word on, search find all words on. See, for example, now you can find the difference. That is without this /b. Let me give the same input. Python script is on. Okay, now whenever I search for on, it was giving me 2 occurrences, because here I have on. On is part of another word, that is also retrieved, and also this is also retrieved, correct? But when I try to search for word using this /b, it was retrieving only one occurrence of on, which is nothing but a word, complete word. Now you got it?
Yeah. Got it.
Okay, yeah. Now let's see.
To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Groupings. Okay, groups. Okay, See, consider I have a pattern like this. Okay, let's say pattern is equal to, okay, I have a pattern like this. Let's prefix with R, and then let me have starts with Python, okay, space dot star, okay, and then I can write script, okay, and is developed by, and then dot star, like this. This is nothing but one pattern. Okay, this is nothing but one pattern. That is between Python and script. Okay, between Python and script, there can be any number of words, and also, and this developed by, there can be any number of words. Where either it be Guido or Guido Van or Guido Van Rossum, like that. It can be anything. Okay. Now I want to retrieve this particular part. I want to know, because the other string I know it should be Python, it should be script, and is developed by, like that. Now if I want to know these parts, I can just include it in parentheses, like this. I can just include within parentheses. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to say searched. That is, searched is equal to re.search pattern, comma, string. Okay, and then I'm writing if searched, so print, okay, I'm just writing all groups. That is, if you want to know, okay, if you want to know what are all the things which are present at this place, you can say searched.groups. Before we used searched.group, singular form. Okay, but over here I have used searched.groups. What it will do is, whatever is present within this particular parenthesis, that will be extracted. Okay, so look at this now. Let's say the input, like Python is an efficient script and is developed by Guido Van Rossum. Okay, now you can see Python. Okay, so between Python and script, what is present is an efficient is present. That has been received is an efficient. Okay, and is developed by, and then we have one more group. And is developed by, we have one more group, that is nothing but Guido Van Rossum. Okay, so between Python and script, whatever is present, everything can be retrieved using search.groups. So if you want, that is, if you want to retrieve only first group or second group, like that. So in that case, what you can do is, okay, in that case, what you can do is, you can just use that indexing, that is group one. Okay, I can say searched.group of one. Okay, and then I can say group two, searched.group of two. Okay, like this. That is, I can retrieve only individual groups actually, like this. Either I can retrieve like this, okay, either I can retrieve like this, okay, or what can I do is, I can just say G1, comma G2, searched.groups, unpacking, remember, because it's a tuple. If you see the output, right, it's a tuple. You can see it is a tuple. Okay, so which has two groups, and then I can just print the groups. Print group 1 is nothing but G1, and print group 2 is nothing but G2. Okay, let me just see. Let me check the output now. Let me just copy this. Now you can see group 1 is an efficient, group 2 Guido Van Rossum, group 1 is an efficient, group 2 Guido Van Rossum, like that. So anyway you can retrieve it. Clear, Ajmal?
Please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.